All right, guys, so Josh here, Mark Martin Motors. I have two trucks I'm gonna do a comparison on today. The Chevy Trail Boss versus the F-150 Tremor. Both of these trucks are the high package. They're the highest equipped you can get them in either trim. So I want to go over both of them, show you guys the differences between them, the pros, the cons, and ultimately let you guys make a decision which one you would rather own. So let's start with the Trail Boss. All right, guys, this is the slate gray in the Chevy Trail Boss. It is a 2LT model, okay? And this, basically, this setup would be on a 22.5 new body style and newer. This is the 5.3 liter V8 in this truck. That engine makes about, I think it's 355 horsepower, 383 pound-foot of torque, okay? And as you can see, the 2LT, so this has the LED headlights, okay? You can see here, this is Trail Boss, kind of your two-tone. You got the black grille, you have the black undertone bumper, right? That's a steel bumper. And then everything else is in that slate gray, right? You got the red tow hooks, Z71 off-road, of course. This is also a Trail Boss feature. We have this little like black insert that comes up, that basically sticks on top of the hood. Just gives it that more aggressive off-road look, right? This has the 20-inch black wheels, okay? And you can see black bow ties in there. But that is the 2LT, the premium option on those trucks. You can get an 18-inch wheel, but this has the 20, okay? Z71, and I'm thinking actually, so like this truck, yeah, that has the black bow tie in the front. That actually, I feel like you can get that blacked out as well, which I would prefer having for sure, right? But black mirror covers, again, the gray, black painted to match door handles, okay? This has the high clearance off-road steps on it. These things are like, if you go to buy those running boards, guys, they're like probably 1,200 bucks for a set of those. They're freaking expensive. It's what everybody wants right now. So going around to the back of it, guys, again, the 20-inch wheel. This has, so the Trail Bosses all come factory with like a 2.5-inch lift, okay? You get a Rancho shock, you get some skid plates underneath. That basically constitutes their off-road package, right? You have your step here in the rear bumper, all right? That's a Chevy, a GM option there. Your dual exhaust out the back, integrated into the bumper, you can see. And then, of course, your painted to match, or not your painted to match, your black painted bumper, steel bumper, right? And that's the Trail Boss, kind of that two-tone color scheme going on there. You know, you got your tailgate here, and I think that is, yeah, it is the slow lower, the easy lower tailgate. You have your factory spray and bed liner with the Chevy emblem in the back there. And of course, you get your plug-ins here. You get your standard plug for that, and your bed lights as well, all that stuff built in. If you have a tonneau cover, you can actually see in the dark. Nice feature there. And I think, yeah, just the easy lower. Going around, guys, you can see your Trail Boss up there. But overall, like, personally, I think they did a great job with these trucks. I don't care for the red, like the red tow hooks and everything. I wish it was just all, you know, clean, black and gray. That's my personal opinion. But overall, guys, got like great selling truck for me. I sell a ton of them with the factory 2-inch lift. Nothing. This truck is 100% stock, no aftermarket parts whatsoever. So that is exactly how you can get this Trail Boss. And this one in particular, as we go inside, you'll see is the most equipped. Has leather, has the sunroof, has the 20-inch wheels. This truck's sticker is going to be upper 60s to probably 70 grand is MSRP on this truck. Used, I have these. With this equipment, you're going to be spending, you know, if you get a 22, upper 40s, you know, to 50 grand. If you get a 24, you're going to be spending used mid to upper 50s, right? So still you're going to be saving 10, 12, 15 grand off of MSRP buying this truck used from me. Let's look at the inside of this truck. All right, guys, so inside of this Chevy Trail Boss, right? So as you can see, you got your black leather seats, okay? You have your power sunroof. You have the power sliding rear window. The other nice feature, you do have the GM all-weather floor mats, right? So you do have that. You can see that is the all-weather mats there. Let's start this beast up. You have the big touch screen, which is standard. Any LT Trail Boss, you're gonna get the big touch screen. If you would go to a custom Trail Boss, you get a smaller screen in that regard, right? You get dual zone climate control, okay? You have heated front seats, heated steering wheel, okay? You get the leather wrapped steering wheel, which is an LT option. The other thing, you integrated trailer brake controller, shifters down here in the center console. You do have adaptive cruise, right? So adaptive cruise and the lane departure, I'm sorry, not lane departure, the gap adjust here for your adaptive cruise, right? So some equipment, right? And then you also have your Bose premium sound in this truck, okay? You do not have memory settings for your seats, right? Which is kind of the only, I wish they would have done that in these trucks, but you don't have that optional memory preset for the seats, okay? You can get your optional navigation here with an active OnStar subscription. As you can see, this application requires a connected services subscription to use. So you do have to pay for OnStar to get those to work. Otherwise, you can pair up your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. And as you can see here, guys, this actually is your tailgate. I think I have to, there it goes. There it goes down. So your tailgate's going down from that button. And I don't think, let's see, does it come back up? No, I think it's just a power release, right? Might come back up. No. So just tap power tailgate down, right? You got to go back and put it up manually. So let's go look at the back of this truck. All right, so back of the LT Trail Boss, guys. Really pretty standard, right? You got your flip-up bench. You got a little storage compartment here underneath, right? Jacks in there. Your engine block heater if you're planning on being in under like 5-degree temperatures, right? Got the power sliding rear window. You got this little flip down here with the cup holders. But guys, on it, this is the coolest thing. Like plenty of space back here, right? And you'll see that on a lot of these trucks now. They're making them with a ton of space in the back, right? Whether you're putting car seats back here, because you do have your car seat plug-ins there, and you do have rear air vents, nice feature, right? So the kids don't get hot, or whoever's riding back here. You do not have heated rear seats though, right? So that is an option they don't give you on these. Let's go around to the front again. All right, guys, so I just showed you the Chevy Trail Boss 2LT, right, or the premium package. So a loaded up Chevy Trail Boss, right, 5.3 V8, 355 horsepower, 383 pound-foot of torque, has leather, has the sunroof, has a bunch of amenities, the factory 2-inch lift, right? So I showed you that truck. Now I'm going to show you the F-150 Tremor, okay? So F-150 Tremor, guys. So this is Ford's off-road truck, right? You know, again, comparable to that Trail Boss in the fact that you're getting a factory, this is about a factory 2-inch lift as well, okay? The biggest difference though in this truck is you don't have a V8, you have the 3.5 Ecoboost twin turbo, okay? Which this engine makes 400 horsepower and 500 pound-foot of torque, right? So 400 horsepower, 500 pound-foot of torque in a 3.5 twin turbo Ecoboost, all right? Versus a V8, the 5.3 V8 we just looked at, a lot more in this truck, guys. So performance-wise, you're getting a lot more truck in the Tremors, right? With the 3.5 Ecoboost. You can also get these trucks in a 5.0 V8, which then your specs would be more comparable to the 5.3 in the Chevy, right? But, okay, so Tremor, this is the high package or the 402A package in a Tremor. Okay, you can get a 401A package, which would be a lesser trim, and when we get to the inside, I can go over some of that. But this is the high package. You have your LED headlights, right? Tremor, with this truck, guys, you're gonna get your, I mean, this is the black paint scheme. You get this black grille with the gold, right? That's a Tremor signature right there. The gold in the grille, the gold tow hooks. You do have front sensors here as well, guys. You have a front camera. So you're gonna see with the Tremor here, has a bit more equipment, right? So you have your factory 18-inch wheel, okay? And that's just a general grabber tire. I think that is your factory tire on that truck. But again, the gold and black two-tone throughout this truck. Black painted to match mirror covers, black painted to match door handles. All that's your basically signature Tremor. You have your high clearance running boards, guys, right? So that is the Ford Tremor high clearance board. It's a little bit wider than the GM's board, which I do like. You can actually get your foot up on there, right? Go around to the back of this, guys. You can see here, the thing with the Tremors, and you'll notice this, that I actually, quite a bit, I will end up leveling the front ends of these trucks, because if you look at it, the back end of the Tremor sits up in the air, right? And I'm not sure why they did that, if that was a towing thing, because when you hook up your trailer or you're loading up the bed, it's gonna level out. But that you will see with the Tremors, the front end is down, the back end sticks up, So if you're not doing a ton of towing, we end up leveling a lot of these trucks just to give them a better look. That to me is one thing I'm not, like, it looks kind of funky, right? So again, Tremor signature there. Now this has the exhaust built into the bumper as well. Now that's like a rounded out exhaust, right? Instead of the squared on the GM. So rounded out exhaust, painted to match rear steel bumper, rear sensors built in. Of course, you got your cameras, right? And then this has the, let's see if this, there we go. So again, easy lower tailgate, right? Factory spray and bed liner, okay? Actually, this is not a factory one. This is a Line X, as you can see right here. You got your plug-ins there in the bed, right? So very comparable. You got the lights in the bed. Put that back up. Actually, here, I'll show you this, because this does have, no, it does not, never mind. It does not have the step. So, guys, again, that is your Tremor, right? So everything's painted to match. The only other color scheme you're getting in the Tremor is your gold, which is going to be here, okay, in the grill and your front tow hooks. Everything else is going to be painted to match, which I do like, right? Let's go to the inside of this truck. All right, guys, so inside of the Tremor, okay? So we saw the gold on the outside. You can definitely see it here on the inside, right? Like Tremor, you got the gold stitching around the seats, the gold stitching in the center console. Your seats are like a black, and then the perforations in this have the yellow in them or the gold in them, right? So this is full leather, okay? This is the 402A high package, okay? So this is the loaded up Tremor. Let's start this beast up. So you can see here, you have your big touch screen. This has heated and air conditioned leather seats, okay? You have your heated steering wheel. You have adaptive cruise. You have lane departure. You actually, I think, have the, when I actually go in, like this has a lot more cameras, and I'm trying to see here. Yeah, so like you have your 360 camera here where you can actually see all the way around the truck. There's cameras in the mirrors, which gives you that, right? So, you know, of course, you have factory navigation that works without an active OnStar subscription, right? You can also use Apple CarPlay, Android Auto on this truck. It has all that. Has the power sliding room window, okay? This particular Tremor does not have their full panoramic sunroof, but that is an option you can get in either the high package or low package Tremor. So the 401A package or the 402A package Tremor, right? Either one has that option. Nifty little option here, that does fold down, okay? And this does not have it, but you can get an optional work surface where this will fold down flat onto here, right? In this case, you kind of have a work surface with this being, oh, and this is, there we go. You kind of, you can put your, you know, your notepad or your binder on this, right? Which is kind of nice, right? You have your built-in phone charger right here, right? So that is built in from factory. We'll put that back up. Your cup holders and stuff here. You got your big center console, Ford signature there, plenty of room, right? Cup holders in the rear. Yeah, guys, that is the front. I mean, of course, you have your integrated trailer brake controller. You have your four-wheel drive. You do have locking, a locking rear differential, right, for your four-wheel drive mode, which the Trail Boss has that as well, okay? So they all have that. The other nice thing, okay, that you will not get in a GM truck is the Fords have power adjust gas and brake pedals, right? So you actually can power adjust them in this Tremor, right? And that is a higher, like you're gonna have to get the high package to get that option. The low package does not have it. You also have memory seats in the high package Tremor. So you do have your memory seat presets, which also will adjust, like that saves your adjustable pedals. It saves your power adjust steering wheel, right? So all this is power, wherein the GM, like the Trail Boss we just looked at, that's manual adjust, right? There's the pedals, you cannot adjust them in a GM truck. That's on the highest trims. On a Denali Ultimate GM or an AT4X, AT4, they're not power, right? It's all manual adjust. I mean, Ford definitely has it in that regard. Definitely a smart move on their part. Let's look at the back of this truck. All right, so back of the Tremor, guys. Really here, you get the rear air vents again. You have heated rear seats. You got your different plugins here, right? And this thing folds down. You got cup holders built in there, of course. And then we got the back of this, which these things have a ton of room, right? I'll flip this up so you can see. Ton of room back here, little storage compartment, but impressive amount of room. And I'll just jump in here so you can see me sitting in this beast too. Tons of room in this Ford truck. That is the Fords have the most room in the back, or really in the cabs in general. And the seats, even the front seats, are wider. They feel bigger. You know, Ford did a great job with cab space. You know, if you're a tall dude, you know, you got big kids, whatever it may be, Ford definitely has it going there. I mean, the GM, don't get me wrong, has plenty of room, but Ford definitely has it. Guys, the other thing in this truck, you do have the B&O, the Bang & Olufsen sound, which is an upgraded option, but that is standard on a high package Tremor. Let's go around to the outside again. So, guys, I just showed you the F-150 Tremor, okay? So this truck, and actually the Tremors in general, okay, they are like a low package Tremor, right? You're gonna be getting, MSRP is gonna probably be upper 60s, right? On a high package Tremor, you're looking at upper 70s to even mid 80s, depending on how you have it equipped. Because there's some different, like the high package Tremor, you can get different axles. You get the torsion axles. You can get an upgraded sound system. You can get different, you know, you get the 5.0 V8 or the 3.5 EcoBoost, so different options there. But definitely a jump in MSRP when you look at this Tremor, right, with the high package. This particular truck is probably an upper 70s truck, MSRP-wise, brand new. The Trail Boss, on the other hand, like probably upper 60s to 70 grand. So probably about 10 grand less MSRP for a loaded up Trail Boss versus the loaded up Tremor, right? Now, we went over kind of the options. The Tremor is definitely the better equipped truck, and horsepower and torque in that 3.5 EcoBoost, definitely more impressive in the Tremor, but the price point of this Trail Boss is what I love, right? And you get a 5.3 V8 instead of a twin turbo, right? So guys, two comparable trucks, different price points, different power plants in them. Honestly, and this is the bottom line is, I sell a ton of both trucks, guys, but to give you the info on them, you know, Ford versus the Chevy, you know, which one would you rather go with? You guys tell me, comment on the videos. But again, thanks for watching. Be sure to hit subscribe, guys, for more content. And again, we're trying to hit 50,000 subscribers this year. So, hey, if you like the videos, be sure to hit subscribe, guys. We're gonna get you more content. And if there's something you wanna see, a truck, you're like, hey, I wanna see that truck, tell me about it. Comment in, guys. Let me know what you're wanting to see. Thanks for watching.